My son asked me why there's a woman living in our walls who cries every night. I told him there isn't. He grabbed my hand and made me press my ear against the drywall. He was right. Ethan was 5. We'd moved into the duplex 3 months ago after the divorce. It was all I could afford. His bedroom shared a wall with the other unit, which the landlord said was occupied, but I'd never seen anyone come or go. I pressed my ear to the cold drywall where Ethan pointed. At first, nothing. Then I heard it. Quiet sobbing. A woman's voice, broken and exhausted, crying like she was trying not to be heard. "See, Daddy? She's sad. Can we bring her cookies?" I told him we'd figure it out tomorrow. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about who was on the other side, about what kind of pain sounds like that at midnight. The next morning I knocked on the neighboring door. No answer. I tried again at noon, at 6, at 9, nothing. But that night, the crying came back. I mentioned it to my landlord. He sighed. "That's Mrs. Reyes. She's been there 11 years. Lost her son about 8 months ago. Hasn't been the same since. What happened? Military. Didn't come home." He shook his head. "She doesn't talk to anyone anymore. I check on her monthly. She barely opens the door." That weekend, Ethan asked again, "Did you help the crying lady?" "Not yet, buddy." "Why not?" I didn't have a good answer. Ethan grabbed paper and started drawing. A sun, a house, 2 stick figures holding hands. He wrote his name at the bottom in crooked letters. "Give this to her. It'll make her happy." I slid it under her door that afternoon. The crying still came that night. But the next morning, I found the drawing taped to her window, facing out, like she wanted someone to see it. Ethan made her another drawing the next day. A dog, even though we didn't have one. I slid it under the door. It appeared in her window by evening. This became our routine. Every few days, Ethan would make something. A drawing, a paper airplane. Once, a cookie wrapped in a napkin. Each one disappeared under her door and reappeared somewhere visible. The windowsill, the mailbox, taped to her door. She never opened it while we were there, but she kept everything. 3 weeks in, I found something outside our door. A small wooden box with a note on top. "For the boy who makes the sun." Inside was a collection of painted rocks. Each one had a tiny scene. A beach, a mountain, a bird in flight. At the bottom was a photo of a young man in uniform. The back read, "Daniel, age 24. Ethan held the rocks like treasure." The lady made these? I think so. She's really good. Can I tell her? I knocked on her door that afternoon with Ethan beside me. We waited. Just when I thought she wouldn't answer, the door opened. She was small, thin, gray hair pulled back, eyes red, but something else there too. Something like hope. Ethan stepped forward before I could speak. "Thank you for the rocks. I like the bird one best." "What's his name?" She stared at him. "The bird?" "Yeah, all birds have names." She almost smiled. "I never gave him one. Can I name him?" "If you want. Daniel, like your son in the picture." Her hand flew to her mouth. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I started to apologize, but she shook her head. "Don't." She knelt to Ethan's level. "How did you know about Daniel?" "The picture in the box. He looks nice." "He was. The nicest person I ever knew." She wiped her eyes. "He used to make me drawings when he was your age. I kept every one." "I make drawings too," Ethan said. "I know. I have them all." She looked at me. "I haven't talked to anyone in months, but every time one of his drawings appeared under my door, I felt like Daniel was telling me to keep going, like he sent me a little boy to remind me how to hope." She invited us in. Her apartment was clean but frozen. Photos of Daniel everywhere, his medals in a case, his childhood drawings framed on the wall. She made us tea. Ethan showed her how he drew his sons with extra pointy rays. She laughed for the first time in what seemed like years. That was 6 months ago. "Mrs. Reyes has dinner with us every Sunday now." She taught Ethan to paint rocks. He gave her one that said Mimi because he decided that's what she should be called. She cried for an hour. Then she put it on her windowsill next to his first drawing. She still has hard nights. Sometimes I hear her crying through the wall, but now when Ethan hears it, he doesn't ask me to help. He grabs paper and starts drawing. The next morning, without fail, whatever he made appears in her window. Last month, she came over holding a frame. Inside was Ethan's very first drawing, the one with 2 stick figures holding hands. Next to it, she'd added a photo of her and Ethan at his 6th birthday party, holding hands the same way. "He saved my life," she told me. "I was disappearing, and he found me through the wall." Ethan overheard. "You weren't disappearing, Mimi. You were just waiting for us to find you." She held him so tight, I thought she'd never let go. Some people cry because they're broken. Some people cry because they're healing. Now when I hear sounds through that wall, I know the difference.